What is up, guys? The Sound Alchemist is back in black to bring you some more facts on the Warhammer 40k universe and 30k. This time I will be continuing the playlist on Dreadnoughts. I will be going over the weapons of the Leviathan Dreadnought specifically, and then I'll probably do the weaponry of the Contemptors, and then maybe go into a Dreadnought video, and then Dreadnought weapons. Something like that expected over the next coming weeks, because the Dreadnought playlist started like 4 months ago and I kind of forgot about it. But anyway, I'm back to it and hopefully I could finish it. We do have 3 or 4 videos on it as of right now, so why not check it out? But in the meantime, let's get into the awesome war gear for the Leviathan Siege Dreadnought. The Leviathan Dreadnought carries a smoke launcher, and smoke launcher is a type of war gear that is commonly found on many human vehicles belonging to the Imperium forces of man. This launcher are loaded with tubes of smoke charges, and when fired produce a non-lethal self-defense smoke that obscures in many directions around the vehicle. This weapon conceals the vehicle behind a wall of dense smoke, and it is useful for protection from enemy threats such as surveillance, target acquisition, and some weapon guidance systems. Also found on the Leviathan is a frag grenade launcher. A frag grenade is an anti-personnel grenade commonly used by the military forces of the Imperium of Man. It produces a blast of shrapnel that can shred unarmored troops. The blast does have tactical advantage of forcing the enemy to duck into cover to avoid damage. In effect, the blast of a frag grenade neutralizes any movement advantage held by an opposing force by pinning them to their position. The reinforced automatic shielding is an advanced arcane defensive technology, most likely discovered during the Dark Age of technology, that was primarily used to protect Contemptor pattern dreadnoughts during the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy. This is a series of defensive energy shield generators that are mounted in the armored carapace of the Dreadnought. The abundance of power it generates can be used to grant the Dreadnought its speed and strength, as well as a powerful defensive energy field system to further increase its battlefield durability, providing greater protection from both ranged and melee attacks. The Leviathan Siege Claw is the standard type of Dreadnought close combat weapon used by the Leviathan pattern Siege Dreadnought, and they were developed to be even more destructive than those of other Dreadnought patterns. A Leviathan Siege Claw is designed to sever flesh and bone, slicing a Leviathan's foe apart in a single cut. As with all of the Leviathan's close combat weapons, they also excel at tearing through the walls of enemy fortifications. All Leviathan Siege Claws incorporate an inbuilt melt-a-gun. The Leviathan Siege Drill. The Siege Drill is a type of Dreadnought close combat weapon designed for use by the Leviathan pattern Dreadnought. They were developed to be even more destructive than most classes of Dreadnought siege drills, and they can bore straight through the heavy armor of vehicles and fortifications with mere ease. They even incorporate a melt-a-gun built into their palm. 2 torso-mounted heavy flamers. Heavy flamers are a larger, more powerful version of the standard flamer, capable of projecting hotter and denser flames. This means that heavy flamers possess better armor-piercing capabilities. In the Imperial Guard, the heavy flamer are often used by specialists in dense conditions, such as jungle warfare. The twin-linked Volekite Cavalier. A Volekite Cavalier is one of the ancient class of weapons whose arcane name is used by the Adeptus Mechanicus to refer to an entire class of powerful thermal ray weapons, whose technology is pre-imperial in origin and dates back to the Age of Strife. These weapons possess considerable killing power, surpassing most other armaments of their size. Blasts from Volekite weapons were even known to be able to penetrate the thick ceramite plates of Space Marine power armor with one concentrated shot. Volekite weapons produced an attack which used supersonic combustion caused by a beam of thermal energy propagated through a material by thermodynamic heat transfer, that it was so hot that it burned to the next layer and a cold material would ignite it. A Volekite's weapon's heat ray had a devastating effect on organic matter, explosively burning flesh into ash, with using jetting fire. The Fostex Bomb Discharger. This dispenser unleashes Fostex bombs upon the target. A Fostex bomb and its artillery counterpart, the Medusa shell, are arcane incendiary weapons utilized by the military forces of the Imperium of Man during the Great Crusade and Horus Heresy. Fostex was a rare corrosive toxic and incendiary compound utterly inimical to life, which was deployed in both the form of a large canister called the Fostex bomb and its heavy artillery shell, aka the Medusa shell. It expands on contact with air into a seething liquid mist, which burns with an eerie white-green flame, which is attracted to movement. This gel-like flame ignites metal and eats relentlessly into living tissue, and cannot be extinguished short of exposure to a vacuum. Though highly effective, this horrific weapon was only primarily used as a weapon of last resort. The Grav Flux Bombard. This ranged weapon of the Leviathan siege Dreadnought was designed to be used at close range, rather than those carried by most classes of Dreadnought. The Leviathan Grav Flux Bombard creates a spiraling vortex of gravity torsion force. It is a fortress-breaching weapon which can reduce the toughest armor to twisted scrap and crush anything living beyond recognition. The Cyclonic Melter Lance is a heavy ranged weapon usable by Imperial Leviathan pattern siege dreadnoughts. The Cyclonic Melter Lance is a rapid cycling melter weapon capable of firing faster and with more powerful shots than a standard multi-melter, albeit it does have less range. Uniquely developed specifically for the Leviathan Dreadnought in conjunction with a Leviathan class Dreadnought close combat weapon, it does create a devastating pairing of powerful short-range and close combat weaponry, which is perfect for siege warfare and close quarters operation. And lastly, we have the Leviathan Storm Cannon, which is a heavy ranged weapon usable by the Leviathan pattern siege dreadnoughts. It is a rapid-firing multi-barreled weapon, which its purpose is to scythe down infantry and clear out the defenders of tactical objectives. I almost forgot, but they also come with 3 Hunter-Killer missiles. A Hunter-Killer missile launcher is a common vehicle upgrade for all the armed forces of the Imperium of Man, including Space Marines and the Imperial Guard. They are usually mounted onto the turret or top of a main battle tank or other armored vehicle. The launcher can only hold 1 missile, but it can be restocked after the battle is over. The missile itself is technically a very large crack missile with added range, but the main difference is that the Hunter-Killer has an onboard cogitator known as the Logis engine. It uses sensors located on its nose cap to guide itself towards the target, first following the target while avoiding obstacles, and then exploding upon impact. There are several different variants of the Hunter-Killer missile launcher in existence, including the Mark X Deliverance, the Mark 8 Avenger, and the Mark 11 Voss pattern missile launcher. Okay, and now with that, we finally have all the weapon variants as well as a few extra Wargear options for the mighty Leviathan Dreadnought. Let me know which one of these weapons is your favorite. If you do use this guy in battle, which type of weapon systems do you guys prefer? Is it the bombard, grab bombard thing? I don't even know what it's called. That big freaking multi-barrel looking thing? Or is it something else? If I were to use these guys, I personally would not use them for close combat. I think they're going to be better off shooting from a distance, especially since you can equip them with flamers. So if you do get charged, you at least have the wall of death coming at you. Also guys, I do have some more videos coming for the Dreadnought archetype, if that's what you want to call it. Like I said before, I got some more weapon systems coming for the Contemptor, as well as the Doretio pattern Dreadnought. Now, don't forget that we do have a few pages for more 40k content. We've got Patreon, which has a few extra special things there, such as creepypastas and viewer specific for the greater wars. We also have an Instagram and a Twitter page where we post updates as well as some pictures and whatnot. And we have a Facebook page. That Facebook page is updated every day. I look at it every day, try to answer all your questions via message, as well as post all the awesomeness that is 8th edition that has been coming out day by day. We do have currently a Thanatar and a Dominatar up for sale over on our Facebook page. So hit us up some offers if you are interested. And anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And as always, I am the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I am signing out.